And good afternoon, guys. How are we doing? I'm here back at the shop doing some work on this 1770 no-till. This is a 16-row planter that's by John Deere that came out not too long ago. Oh, I say not too long ago, but it came out a little while ago. And the issue was that it came in, the farmer was complaining that his row units were kind of getting messed up. So I went through and I did a complete check over it, and we had, you guys look here, you guys can see the Packer wheels and then the True V's in between. So the bearing that's in there was messed up on, I would say probably like 75% of every row. And so I had to go through and I had to drop the box or the row units off, and I had to take the Packer wheels off. So there's that little bolt there. You take that off, you go through, and then I had to take all of them over here to the bench. But that's how that works, and we got this one all done, so all I got to do is just take it out in the yard and then wait for the farmer to come pick it up. So we'll give him a call here probably tomorrow morning so that way he can come get it, because we're getting ready to shut everything down here. You know, this John Deere 670 has been sitting here for about like a couple weeks. Now, the thing that we had with this one is the same thing, bearings again. I mean, of course, when springtime comes or fall, like the dirt's starting to get hard or like thaw out, and then all these farmers think that they're just going to come into the field and they're just going to go through and they're just going to disc everything up and everything is going to go perfect. Well, with all these hanging baskets, there's a bearing in between every single one of these where it comes down and the bearing sits there, and it basically the discs will rotate on that bearing. But I'm going to go ahead and I need to get this planter folded up. I'm going to hop in the 4240 here since this is the only yard tractor that I have available to me right now. I'm going to get backed up in here real quick and get this planter all folded up. Looks good. We're going to just raise the 3-point on it and get everything going. Everything's folded up now. We're just going to get it all pulled out of the shop, make sure everything looks good on it, make sure I can at least make it out and clear all these vehicles that we got sitting here. And I'm going to go park it up in the shed that's up there, and I'll give the farmer a call and let him know that he's good to be able to come and pick up his equipment. Doing wheelies, baby. Alright, so the planter's disconnected. I just decided to park the 4240 up in here because I really don't have any use for it right now. And while I was coming up here, I was just looking over, and I think the yard's about time to get mowed and everything. And I think today I might have some time. Like, this grass is like tall as I am. Like, I could go in here and, yeah, I could play hide and seek with the guys in here. They would never be able to find me. But we need to get this grass mowed for sure, 100%. So after I get done doing all my work for today, I think I'll just come up here and I'll probably get this all mowed. But my paperwork is done, so let's get the shop all shut up. See if I can beat the door down. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get in the good old Fummins here real quick. Now I gotta get heading back to the farm because I got some work I gotta do before the co-op decides to come out later. Now, the other day, I did see the neighbors. They were out planting this field over here, and it looked like they had some pretty big pieces of equipment. They had some four-wheel drive tractors, I think like a 9630 going out here. And then the other neighbor, he was using the brand new 8530 with that 16R30 planter that we sold to him not too long ago. He was out there plugging away, getting some fields done. I'm wondering if he's going to come out and plant these fields that are close to mine. But we're getting ready to roll up here on my farm, and as you guys can see, I kind of started doing lime. I didn't get too far with it because I didn't really have much time to do it because I, have to go to work and stuff. So I did a test strip around the whole field, and it did look like it was applying lime pretty good. But I got to get some cow chores done, and then we're going to probably get back into doing some lime. Man, I really do need to get this planter cleaned up. Every time I drive up, I just look at it and just think, dang, I cannot keep my equipment clean to save my life at all. But here we go, the beast, the 4755. Let's get her all started up here. Runs like a top every time. But we're going to head over to my pile of bales that we got going on. I'll probably end up cutting through this shed here real quick. I mean, I don't like going around because this is just the best route to go through. And the only thing that we have parked in here is my truck. We're going to go ahead here and grab this bale. I'll get the gate open, and then I'll get these cows fed. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get the net wrap off real quick. I got to take this net wrap off. I always forget. So I always put the bale in, and then I always got to fish the net wrap out. So let's get this off real quick, and then we'll get the cows fed. Oh, there we go. The cows are fed for the evening. I don't have to worry about them until tomorrow morning now. I think here in a couple days we're gonna have to get a vet out here and maybe get some preg checking going on because I feel like they're getting close. We did get them checked and see if they were good, but I want to see how far away they are from having calves because I feel like I'm not gonna get spring calves. I feel like I'm just gonna run in and get fall calves this year. But we're back here. I'm gonna get this loader off and then I'm gonna get hooked up to my lime spreader. All right, we got our Wilmar Super 800 hooked up here. PTO shaft looks to be good and tight. It's kind of weird seeing the 4755 without a loader on it. Does look a little bit weird, but whatever. Go ahead and get ourselves here in the field, and then we're going to start spreading some lime. I just ended up receiving a call. Good news and bad news, I guess. The good news is the co-op is almost on their way here. The bad news is, well, I need to hurry up and get this field finished up because I have to go back over to the co-op and I got to pick up a truck and a trailer with a fertilizer tank on the back of it. I guess they don't have a driver to bring over the truck and trailer, so that way when it gets empty, they have something to refill it with. So I'm kind of rushing here real quick. I'm almost done. Like I said, this thing's got a pretty far throw on it. I got just a little bit left because I didn't get it all, and then I'll be done here in a second. All right, so we're just getting to the co-op, and I think that's our trailer right there. They did say it's got blue tanks on it, so I'm going to assume that this one's ours, the one that we need to grab. The bad thing about having a toolbox in the back of your pickup is I can't see the fifth wheel ball, so I have no idea how close I'm going to get on this. But hopefully we can eyeball it and get it semi-close. All right, right there's perfect. I'm going to hop down, I'm going to start lowering the jacks on it, and we'll get the chains hooked up, and we should be good. All right, we got everything on, got the tailgate shut. Now, that's a little bit of overkill for tanks. I mean, do you think they'd have it? Wait a minute. Oh, these guys didn't even fill these up. You think they would fill it for you, you know? You think they'd have the common courtesy to go through and just fill it up with fertilizer or herbicide since I'm, coming to pick it up. I'm going to run inside and ask them where they want me to fill this thing up at. Well, they told me that I needed to go across the road. The co-op across the street is the one that's got is the one that has the herbicide. So we got to get over there and get these tanks filled up with herbicide. They said that the guy with the sprayer left like about 10 minutes ago, so I'm assuming he's probably there at my farm already. Well, after about a 20-minute wait, I'd say, we got both tanks filled up. Each of them have about 1,500 gallons of herbicide in each one, and I think we should be pretty good. And boy, howdy, does the Ford have a very nice squat to it. I might just have to run it across the scale just to see how much this whole thing weighs. Actually, I just noticed, so I'm almost out of fuel, so I better get heading back to the farm before I run out of fuel and get stuck with all this weight on the back of this trailer. Well, just as I thought there would be, the guy's sitting here waiting at the field for me. So let's take through the ditch here, and I'll pull up alongside of the field, and he should be able to back up here and get some herbicide out of the tanks. I think about right here looks good. All right, Mac, she's all yours. You should be good to go in and get some herbicide out of those tanks. Made sure I got them all filled up. I don't know why we'd need that much herbicide, but you should be good enough to spray all my fields. All right, man, sounds good. I'm just going to keep working ahead of you. I'm going to do this field across the road here, and I'm going to do the one that's kind of like down over by the tracks. All right, sounds good. Hey, I'll see you when I get done. But I think the boy's over there in the co-op. He's starting spraying. You can see him kind of going around through the fog back there. And we're going to keep on spreading some lime on these fields so that way we can kind of stay ahead of him.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kind of miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Yeah, you can keep
Well, we got all our fields limed up. I back the trailer up in here and do our cold storage shed. And I'm going to get our loader reattached before we go and start cutting some grass. First, I need to get the baler moved out of the way so I can get the 1086 hooked up on our windrower. And you think I'd be a little bit more organized around here on the farm. I still got seed and I still got fertilizer sitting on my trailer. I think after I get the grass cut up at the dealership, I think I'm going to do some spring cleaning, you know. I think I'm well overdue and it needs to happen. It looks like the co-op's going to be finishing up here on our last field. They should be able to get out of here, and I am going to have to write them a check, but that's no big deal. I really wasn't lying when I said this grass really needed to get mowed. I mean, you could really tell from where the dealership, what they own versus what the county maintains and what the farmers maintain around here. Like, this is definitely at least a foot taller than what it needs to be, but I'm going to get some pretty good bales out of it, I think. Might get maybe 12, 13 more bales, but then that means I also got to drive my tractor all the way down here, then find a ride, and then I got to load up all the bales, and then I have to, you know, bounce back and forth. Maybe get one of the boys down here to give me a ride back. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. Obviously, when the time comes. I think I'm just about a little over halfway done right now. Everything seems to be cutting fine. There was a couple rough spots in here where like the grass was a little bunched up. Kind of got the windrower all clogged up, but I think the moisture is a little bit too much. I think we're just going to let it sit for a couple days before I decide to rake it up, so that way I don't have to deal with too many moldy bales or anything when it comes time to store these away. But I think I'll get enough bales here to last me through until I have to cut my own hay, so that's kind of a bonus, a plus side for me. Plus the cows should be happy. This is pretty good looking grass. But I want to go ahead and say thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to Midwest Ag for more. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.